Welcome back to episode 5. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the most important skills that you can learn in commercial real estate brokerage. In fact, I'll go on record as saying that mastering the skill of valuation will earn you more money than just about any other skill in the business. Understanding how to put the right price tag on a piece of property, there is nothing more important. And there's a very, very good reason why valuation is one of the core tenets of my coaching program, because you can prospect and create a ton of opportunities and take a lot of listings. But at the end of the day, you'll never make a dime in the form of commissions if you don't put the right price tag on the property. So stay tuned. And as we talked about, the philosophy that you need to build a solid valuation skill set. Hope you enjoy.
Chapter 5, Valuation Skills. Commercial real estate is no different than any other business. We find buyers and we sell a product. We price the product, we show it to an open market, and we sell it to the highest bidder. So, knowing how to value a property properly benefits you in two ways. The first is that before you take a property to market, you have to know whether or not it will sell. More importantly, you have to be able to build an airtight case with the seller about why your price is correct and not theirs. 150% of the time, they will overvalue the price of their property. They could literally be Rip Van Winkle waking up from a 30-year coma, and they will still vividly wake up and name a price that's 20% over market, 30% over market. It's crazy. I call it the ugly baby syndrome. It's not the nicest way of putting it, but hear me out. Nobody thinks their baby is ugly, right? They think their baby is a little bit prettier than everyone else's. Why? Because it's their baby, right? In fact, how much prettier? About 20%. That's how much. To explain it to my students, I say, okay, this is what you need to do. It's just like a lawyer in a courtroom building a case built on facts and nothing but the facts. Our job as brokers and as agents is to make sure that we can explain those facts articulately, because in a listing presentation, there are either two things going on. Either, one, you are selling the owner on your pricing, or the owner is selling you on their pricing. There is no in between. If you listen to the owner, I promise you, you will not price it properly. Increase your probability of selling. The second point is, if you price the property properly, it drastically increases the probability of selling it. It also shortens the amount of time it's on the market. If not, the property will sit on the market getting little to no attention, and you'll wind up with an unhappy seller and no money in your pocket. What's worse is that you've wasted time and marketing dollars on a property that has little to no chance of selling. Think about it. As brokers and agents, all we have to sell is our time and our knowledge. So, the faster we get something sold, the sooner we get paid, the sooner we can be finding someone else to help. Imagine if I gave you a $100 bill and I asked you to go to the local shopping mall and bring me back 100 singles, and I'd give you a commission for your efforts. How hard would that be? Not too hard, right? Break a $100 bill. Fine. Now, let's take that a step further. Let's say I told you, I gave you a $100 bill and told you to bring me back 99 singles, and I'll give you a commission for your efforts. Not bad. Easy peasy. I give you $100, you bring me back 99. I give you a commission? Sure. How hard would that be? That's even easier. It'd be the easiest money you ever made. Now, suppose I gave you that same $100 bill, but told you to bring me back 105 singles. How hard would that be? Incredibly difficult. Why? Because asking $105 for a $100 bill makes no sense. How long do you think it would take for you? If I said that you think it would take you a long time, you'd be right. What's the moral of the story? You can't ask more than a property's worth and expect results. You can't let a seller sell you on their dream of getting basically $105 for a $100 bill. You with me? Even if it's only 5% above the market, you'll rarely get that property sold. They could give you a 10% commission, heck, even a 20% commission, but still, at the end of the day, no one's going to buy an overpriced property. Like I mentioned before, we all get the same 24 hours in a day, so use them wisely. Real estate professionals who use their time the most wisely, incidentally, are the most successful in the business. It is literally that simple. Honing your valuation skills. I need to explain the basics of how real estate is valued and by whom. Residential agents use what's called the comparative sales approach. They call it looking at the comps, or comparative sales. You look at the properties that have sold in the area, you compare your property to the others that have occurred and adjust for the differences in the features between the two. And does this one have a swimming pool? Does this one have an extra bathroom? Does this have a 2-car garage, 1-car garage, so forth? So if it's done properly, it can be very accurate. Another approach to valuation is what's called the replacement cost approach. Basically, if an earthquake or tornado came along and swallowed your property whole, what would it cost to replace it? It's not something that's really used by real estate professionals per se, but more in like the insurance industry. But if something caught fire and burned to the ground, you need to be able to have some means of establishing a value for it. Using the income approach. The third approach, and the one that's most used by commercial real estate professionals when determining the value of an income-producing property, is called the income approach. This is used, obviously, with an income property. You can figure out very accurately what the property is worth with just 3 pieces of information. The first one is income, the second one is expenses, and the third one is local area cap rate. Now, the value of income-producing properties is both a science and an art. The first 2 items are the science, and the third is the art. So, if you don't have a well-honed skill set in both the art and the science of commercial real estate valuation, then you'll run the risk of valuing a property improperly, aka overpricing it, and letting it sit on the market, wasting time, wasting marketing dollars, and leading to an unhappy client. You wind up looking foolish to other brokers in the business and becoming frustrated. Now, there are basically 2 actionable steps you can take here. One step would be to go to the library and read up on financial literacy. Watch a bunch of YouTube videos and try to put the pieces together. Or you could take out a loan, go back to college, and take the accounting classes needed to learn how buildings are valued. The other, or the more simpler step, is you can click on my link at the end of the book in the Your Bridge to Commercial Real Estate Sales section, watch my training, download the accompanying spreadsheet. With everything you need in one place, I can get you up and running.